Obviously, that we did a lot of things well tonight on both sides of the ball, also in the kicking game. We felt like a fast start would be important against this team, and we did that. We had balance. I thought the first half, time of possession, third down, all those things that are important. We got off the field defensively, and I was pleased with how we responded. Then in the second half, we came out and still kind of carried that momentum through the third quarter. Any questions? Really, yeah, but I would say, man, every game is that way, honestly. So, sure, there's a record out there, and it's a little bit of a fluid record, right? And there's just so much preparation that goes in now. I mean, for him to finish the way he did on the evening, we thought we would have some vertical throws with some of the seams, and we did. But yeah, he was outstanding tonight. What's that? No, listen, my voice is hoarse, but it was efficient, and it was impressive. And then obviously, as a play caller, then you begin to gain confidence in whatever the sheet looks a lot bigger when he's playing like that. When we're blocking like that, there were a lot of things that went into it.
What does his record mean to you as a coach?
Look, honestly, the win means a lot, and there's going to be a day someday where we all ride off into the sunset, but it's not now. And like I said, it's there's a lot at stake right now relative to these games. When you look at the top of the NFC, and very competitive. We're going to play another team in the hunt next week that's played real well. It's something that we've seen happen, and yet really, and he'll tell you the same thing. It's about winning. It's about winning and winning and winning and trying to give yourself the best chance in the postseason. That's really the truth.
Sean, since the Week 10 Atlanta game, you guys are having put up 35 points per game. What was it? What is it? Is it all those things you talk about, the balance, everything that goes into it?
Well, look, the most important thing for us is situationally, how are we've got to become better in the red zone. That's been a point of emphasis in both sides of the ball. I think our third down numbers have gotten better, have improved. And it's really some of the little things that go into, that become the big things. And it's the attention to detail. We as coaches got to continue to do a better job. And, all those things that go into being an effective offense and an efficient defense and special teams that require a lot of small attention to detail. And so I feel like tonight we made strides in that direction. Yeah, look, he's playing well, and I like his competitive spirit. I mean, he's tough, and he's someone that certainly is up for the challenge. Thought he had some key plays tonight, some minus plays. We pressured him. He hit the runner in the backfield 2 or 3 times. He's very instinctive, and there are a lot of things that are a lot of things to like about a rookie. I think he's someone that is only going to get better.
Sean, what do you make overall of the defense? I mean, obviously,
Yeah, look, I thought we did a lot of things well. We'll have a brief minute to look at this film. Obviously, it's late tonight, and we get started on Tennessee. So.
Sean, I know you want to place the emphasis on winning the game, something like that, team point of view. What's significant to you attached to Drew setting this record tonight?
Honestly, yeah, I get all that. I think it's great that his peers were here. I mean, he's got a lot of peers, though, right? When you play this long, we called him Benjamin Button. That happened in New Orleans, I believe, or at least the movie was filmed here. But there's been just a number of other milestones, and I think that it's still about winning. And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a fluid record, though. I mean, there's still, another quarterback in New England so that'll go back and forth as long as those two are playing. But I think, I without speaking for him, and you guys will have a chance to ask him those questions, I think still, he looks at, are we just like I would, are we operating where we need to be when these games continue to get more and more important? And that's how, because that pressure falls on that position. What's the picture look like? Is it consistent? Are guys doing the small things well? And obviously tonight, he made a lot of plays. And there are times where the pocket wasn't clean. Maybe it was a flush, and he still found targets. The one touchdown in the end zone that was brought back for the obvious offensive pass interference call. But I listen, I was proud of how he played and how we played as a team. Look, it's always good to see, guys that came through and they kind of set a standard. We talked about that a little this weekend, and I like, that they're around this team, because they won a lot of games, and I think that it's healthy. I think when you have created a culture that we feel like we currently have, it's good to have guys that were part of creating that.
As a quarterback, put in perspective what it's like in an NFL game to just miss one pass.
Listen, I wasn't aware of it till the end. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. You go back and evaluate each play, and it's just unusual. It's he had a hot hand. Obviously, guys were making plays, but that's awfully difficult to do. And I'm trying to think of the incompletion. I got it. He'll get a minus on that play. Got to get one minus, right?
John, you're talking earlier about how Drew prepares the same way every week, no matter what's going on. Everyone knows his intense work ethic, but can that intense kind of regimen and attention to detail be replicated? Is that the quality that has made him be able to settle these records?
Everyone. There's been a ton of great players that have played in this league, and there's certain ways that they prepare, and that's his formula. There's got to be great ability that goes with work ethic and there's all these different things. When people ask, about his success, he's a fantastic foot athlete, number one, and but when you have all those traits, and it's not. That's what we're constantly looking for in the evaluation process. It's hard to find, but he's someone that he's a tireless worker, and the attention to detail and the little things everything. The night before the game, when we go through every play in the plan, we talk about where it sits in the call sheet, where when we want to call it. He gets out of whack when the routine's off a little bit. And so, but I think, listen, it's credit to how he trains, not just in season, but in the off season. There are a lot of sacrifices that go into the preparation to play at this level the way he is at his age.
Probably not too many people that are on the practice field an hour after everyone else running through the entire game.
He does that script. And then leave it to Reggie to film it. Say it again.
On the touchdown with Michael Thomas, one tight end out wide, another one out on the other side.
Yeah, look, it gives you a couple things. It gives you a man zone read, and you're able to maybe get to a play that you might want versus a certain look. So it gives you some information to begin with, and that's a good starting point for the quarterback.
John, what do you think defense played well tonight? I think that Mario had 3 or 4 pass breaks. What made him so effective in pass coverage?
Listen, we were playing a good tight end. I thought you're right. I thought, and they came on critical third downs. I liked how we leveraged the receiver. I liked how he defended, with the correct hand. I thought he put himself in great position, and he did so with his feet. That was impressive. So there were a number of those man coverage snaps that, he drew that matchup. Well, look, he's obviously a big part of what we do, and he's got real good size. He's very physical and someone who I think is exceptional after the catch. He's someone with the ball in his hands that's tough to get down. So each week it's where are we putting him? How are we within the framework of what we do? How are we maybe changing some things up, because teams obviously will want to lean or try to double them, and that kind of is the challenge each week. Yeah, I need to see that, because I don't. We weren't rushing it, and I'm anxious to see the film. That's a great way to start the game. Obviously, with that, there's a penalty, and all of a sudden we're on the 30-some yard line in our first. That's hidden yardage. It's a lot of yardage. One more. Say it again. Yeah, I don't know if we look. I thought we did a lot of things well. I thought we were able to run the ball effectively. I thought we stayed in. There weren't a lot of third and longs. There were a few, but I thought we did a lot of things well. We'll watch the tape. As a coach, there's always certain things you want to get corrected, but tonight it was good enough, and we'll get back to work on a short week for next week. All right, thank you.